everybody, welcome back. It's Carol here at Oak House Journals. I'm going to do Margarete Miller's assignment number 11 today. This is part of her challenge for 2025 and these are the prompts. These are my prompt pieces. So the first prompt is someone smiling. Well, you may recognize this gentleman. I auditioned him in a previous assignment this year, decided not to use him, to use somebody else, but I've kept him to one side and today's his day, so he's coming out. A vintage advertisement or illustration is prompt number 2, and I've got a paper bag here with lots of vintage adverts on. Thought I might use that one if I use one off here, but I also have these faux labels. This one is a glycerine and rose scented water from Rapp's Pharmacy, and this one is John Peters, all our ice cut at our plant for your protection, and it saves us money apparently. So I've got both of those to use, and this if I need an advert. An image with a gradient or colour, which is the third prompt. I've got this postcard here which I bought in Switzerland, and it's this lovely image of a red train going across a gorge, and this is gradient in that it goes from dark through to light with the sky, or even if I do it that way it still goes dark to light. So you've got all the vegetation of the mountainside down here and then the lovely icy white or blue white up here for the sky. So I've got that. Prompt number 4, a page or piece with a handwritten numbers. This is a vintage receipt or what's left of one, so I'm just going to go with that little portion that's handwritten up there. I might include the amount down here, but I don't know yet, but certainly that little portion up there. An archaeological find or treasure. Well, I've gone for coins, and I've just fussy cut some coins that I printed off. These apparently are Roman coins, so I've got those to use. And these, amazingly enough, these are mounted coins that sailors would have worn apparently. So if they found or came across treasure, pirates' treasure whilst out on the seas, they would mount them. And I thought this was a really nice way to band them round with gold and then have them hanging from their necks or from their belts or whatever. So I've got 2 of those that I can use. So I've got 4 to choose from there. And the bonus, a word written in your favourite language. Well, I'm going to go with Oeuvres. Pardon my pronunciation, but that means the works or the composition. So this obviously means complete compositions or works of Voltaire. And it came out of this gorgeous book that I have in amongst my stash. So prompts in front of me as always. I'm going to just pop this on here just to see how it fits. It's wider than my working background, which you can probably just make out is drawn on here in pencil. So I need to take a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom and a little bit off each side. I want to try and keep that slightly discoloured edge up there. Bring my pieces back in and go in with my image with gradient colour. Don't want the red train showing, so I'm going to put my gentleman slap bang in the middle for now. I need to use this, so I'm just going to tear it across the bottom for now. Now I am liking the shape of that, but against this it's looking too stark. So let's have a look at these. The reason I've chosen this one is the colour tones are the same as the postcard. So I could go with something like that. It's got a really nice border to it. That's a better way to balance it out. Really liking the colour of that. Let's see what it looks like on the other side. Not liking that so much. Let's pop that round this way, and I could do that. I think it works better on this side. And if I move my gentleman over to the left a little bit more, I can have a little bit of the dark blue showing behind here. And I'm liking that, I have to say. Okay, this isn't going to work down there. Actually, I'm going to rip that off. I'm wanting to see if that works. Actually, that's not too bad. If I reduce that top portion down, I could even reduce this white area down some more there. So that's a possibility. What I am going to do is I'm going to take away across the top here. That's looking better now I've reduced that. I've still got a disproportional amount at the bottom, but I don't really want to take that off yet because I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this background yet. I've got these to use, got this to use. So let me have a look at changing out this and bringing this in. And the reason I brought that in is because there are warm tones in the gentleman's jacket which are quite nice. So let's see how this looks. Again, I'm liking this because of the line around it, the border around it, and that I think always looks quite nice. For some reason I'm wanting to use this one down in here. I could do that, but it just looks a little bit odd. So let's pull in these coins and see if I can make use of these. I could bring those down to break up this corner a little bit. I've got a little bit of brown that ties in with the jacket and up here, and then these grey colours down here. And then I'm wondering whether I could use this tucked in here. Could maybe even have it on top of my picture. Let's have a look at that. I would reduce it down and I would get rid of this bit down there. My preference is to tuck it behind. What about if I pull this one in? Okay, I'm not really going to know about this one until I rip some of it away, so I'm just going to do that. Let's change out that coin for this one, see if that gives me a bit more interest. I'm going to reduce this piece down the side here, it's too wide, and I'm going to reduce it down here. But roughly I'm liking that layout. So I'm looking to put this back together now. I am going to take off a bit more across the top here. I did want to keep that lovely edge. It's too much, I think. Maybe take a little bit off this. Yeah, I'm going to take a little portion off the bottom of this one. Got that white piece there, which I don't like, so let's get rid of that. There we go, gone. Bring this in and just straddle it a little bit like that. Put it down on there. I am going to bring this in because I did like it, so I'm just going to bring it in, maybe something like that, so that I can get the border, not the advert, but just make use of the border. Might do something like that actually. I've got my usual diagonal going on, haven't I? Bring that in under there and then just scatter my coins around, I think. I do need to go with 3 rather than 4, so I'm going to discard that one and go for this one because it's got more detail on it. This I want to move over to the left hand side, and this I'm not liking down here. If I move that over to the left here, then I can end that piece of paper and have it staggered. But if I do move that word over to the left, then I am going to hit the writing that's there. I could move it over a little bit. Okay, I can do that. So I'm going to line up my postcard like that on there. I'm going to chop it away down there. And then I'm going to position all of these how I'm going to have them, because I think that is how I'm going to have my piece this week. Yeah, I think that works. Just wondering whether it would be nice to tuck another little piece of this underneath there. But first things first, I'm going to glue this all into place, leave that bottom edge free so that I can slide that underneath if I decide I want to do that. Doesn't really do much to alleviate that gap down there, but I think it might be better than nothing. I'm going to put a bit of glue under here just to hold it in place. Okay, I'm just going to rub out my pencil lines and glue this into place, and then I'll be back to go through the prompts with you. And here we go, everybody. This is my finished piece for week 11, or assignment number 11. Somebody smiling. Well, I've got my cheeky chappie here. A vintage advertisement or illustration. Well, I went with a couple of faux advertisement labels. So I went with this one selling ice here and this one for a pharmacy. An image with a gradient colour. Well, I went for this postcard in the background here, which was a scene of a gorge in Switzerland. A page or piece with handwritten numbers. Well, I went with this 1853 handwritten down there and this £2,000 written down there. An archaeological find or treasure. Well, I went with these coins down here, and bonus, a word written in your favourite language. Well, I went with this word up here, which is obviously written in French and means works or compositions. So there we go, everybody. Came together quite quickly. I'm not sure how pleased I am with it, hoping it will grow on me a little. I hope you're enjoying seeing all these collages that I'm attempting each week. Thank you if you join me regularly. I really do appreciate your company. And if you just pop by on the off chance today and spotted this, well, hope you'll join me at some other stage in 2025 as I carry on completing these weekly assignments for Margarete Miller's challenge. Until the next one, everybody, take care. Bye-bye now.